What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's TFD here with another update, and today we have to talk about Paige Bueckers making headlines for some pretty controversial comments. So what happened? Paige Bueckers, now a rookie with the Dallas Wings, has sparked a national debate after speaking out about racial disparities in sports media coverage. In a recent interview with Time magazine, Bueckers said, "There's white privilege every single day that I see," and pointed out that black women athletes still don't get the same media attention as their white counterparts, even though the WNBA is a league dominated by black women. She admitted that, while she's worked extremely hard and feels blessed, she recognizes there are more opportunities for her because she's white. She added, "I feel like even just marketability, people tend to favor white people, white males, white women. I think it should be equal opportunity. I feel like there is privilege to what I have and to what all white people have. I recognize that. I want to counteract that with the way I go about my business." This isn't the first time Bueckers has addressed this issue. She made similar points back at the 2021 ESPY Awards, highlighting the lack of coverage for black women in sports. Her latest comments echo what Caitlin Clark said last year, acknowledging the privilege that comes with being a white athlete in a league built by black women. Naturally, these statements have set off a firestorm online, with reactions ranging from strong support to heavy backlash. Some fans are proud of Bueckers for using her platform, while others accuse her of virtue signaling or being woke. So, Paige Bueckers is once again at the center of the conversation about race, privilege, and representation in women's basketball. Let me know what you think in the comments. Should more athletes speak out like this, or is it just stirring up controversy?
The life that I have now, as a white woman who leads a black-led sport and celebrated here, I want to show a light on black women. They don't get the media coverage that they deserve. They've given so much to this sport and the community and society as a whole, and their value is undeniable. And in the WNBA last season, the postseason awards, 80% of the winners were black, but they got half the amount of coverage as the white athletes. So I think it's time.
My goodness, why would she do this? Bruh, I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. This just dropped, y'all. Let's head over to Fox News because this article literally came out within the last couple hours, and it's all about none other than Paige Bueckers. Wings Paige Bueckers laments lack of equal coverage of black women, talks white privilege. I mean, from what I'm hearing, Paige Bueckers didn't just speak on it. She went in deep, y'all. Like way deeper than Caitlin Clark ever did when she was asked about this. Paige Bueckers received national attention in the middle of her collegiate career with the Yukon Huskies when she lamented the lack of coverage black women received in sports at the 2021 ESPY Awards. Nearly 4 years later, Bueckers remained of the belief that black women do not receive enough coverage from the media and added that she thinks white people benefit more from marketing opportunities. "It's still an issue every single day," the Dallas Wings rookie told Time magazine in an interview published on Monday. "There's not ever equal coverage." So basically, this came out just yesterday. Yeah, she did this yesterday, and what she said really got people talking. Paige came out and said, "There's never equal coverage." Now listen, me personally, I feel like she probably should have just left that alone, bro. Like, I get it, I understand where she's coming from, but at the same time, why bring this into it right now? Especially when you're trying to build your brand, keep your momentum, and stay locked in. And it's starting to look like she's letting this whole thing hang onto her brand, and that's dangerous, man. Now granted, we know the WNBA has had race issues. That's nothing new. That's on both sides. We've seen it with the league, with the fans, with media coverage, even right here on YouTube. Trust me, I've noticed it too. Like, white creators getting pushed way more than black creators. That's real. But me personally, I'm not gonna make that the focus. I'ma just keep grinding, putting in the work. But Paige decided to bring it up, and now it's out there. Whether you agree with her or not, she put it in the spotlight, and now everybody got an opinion. "Let's see, there's white privilege every single day that I see," she said in terms of marketing opportunities. "I feel like I've worked extremely hard, blessed by God, but I do think there's more opportunities for me." So everything A'ja Wilson went viral for last year saying? Yeah, she's pretty much doubling down on it now, which is wild to me, bro. Like, She's basically confirming all of it, word for word. And that's the part that got me like, yo, what?
Paige Bueckers! Us as black women, Paige reminds me a lot of you. Like, you say you're not really about me. And she knows how her privilege has gotten her to that point. And also, like, she's good at basketball, obviously. But, like, she understands her privilege and like, pushes her over the top, in a sense. It reminds me a lot of you. And I mean, that's a compliment.
She stated, I feel like even just marketability, people tend to favor white people, white males, white women. I think it should be equal opportunity. I feel like even just marketability, people tend to favor white people, white males, white women. I think it should be equal opportunity. I feel like there is privilege to what I have and to what all white people have. I recognize that. I want to counteract that with the way I go about my business. It really should be an equal opportunity situation, you feel me? Like for real it should. But just like I said before, man, there's just certain things you don't need to say out loud. Some stuff, just leave it alone. Like me personally, I'm a black woman. And if we being real, I report on white women all the time. Caitlin, Paige, Sabrina, all of them. But I don't report on them as white women. I report on them as hoopers, as basketball players. That's what it is to me. I'm watching the game, calling it how I see it. No color filter, no agenda. Just basketball. And it's like the same thing applies to YouTube. Bro, folks aren't always looking at whether it's a black or white creator. They're watching for the content. If it's fire, they rock with it. If it ain't, they move on. That's just how it works. So when someone brings race into the convo when it didn't need to be there, I just think it messes with the flow, bro. Because sometimes, people really just want to vibe with the game, not deal with extra division. And Paige saying what she said? I just don't think it helped her. Not in this moment. Not when we're trying to focus on growing the sport and uniting fans, not dividing them. Now it goes on to say Bueckers is set to be among the next generation of basketball stars to lead the WNBA into the future. The rookie's comments echoed what Caitlin Clark told Time magazine last year and what she reiterated to comedian David Letterman in her interview with him. I definitely have white privilege. That's what Caitlin Clark said, man. And then he went on to say a bunch more stuff about Caitlin Clark. Man, Paige Bueckers done got herself all tangled up in a Charlotte's Web situation, bro. And honestly, I just think it's way too early for her to be diving into stuff like this. Like for real, Paige, you should have just kept your head down and hooped. Let your game do the talking. Now look, she's caught up in this whole media mess, and for what? Soon as you type WNBA into Google, boom, Paige Bueckers and the white privilege headline pops up. That's the first thing folks see now, bro. And I just feel like she could have handled this whole thing way different. Like I'm rooting for her, no doubt. Wishing her the best. But man, sometimes silence is stronger than speaking out when you're just getting started. Now let's just see how this all plays out. Now what's your thought about this drop in comment box? And don't forget like and subscribe for daily updates.